Go ahead.
In your practice, how often do you recommend going back to review the trusts?
Okay, so the question is, how often should you review your wills or your trusts? Well, let me tell you what my experience is. The typical advice is every 2 or 3 years. Let me tell you what might be more common. So I'm reviewing Jim's will, and the last one that he did, and I say, oh, it says here that something happens to you and your wife, that little Johnny will be taken care of by Uncle Frank and Aunt Sue. How old is little Johnny? 47? In the real world, people do not look at this very often. We do a particular type of plan called a cascading beneficiary plan that we'll talk a little bit during this session. We'll talk about it more at the 1 to 3 session, that adds a lot of flexibility. So our clients or people who we've done the work for can get away with a longer period of time before they have a review. All right? That said, the standard recommendation is every 2 or 3 years. When we draft trusts or wills, we keep in mind that there's likely to be a lot of changes between the time that we draft these documents and the time somebody dies. And if you have the advantage of trusting your spouse, if your spouse is your primary beneficiary, we can build in so much flexibility that the need to review these documents is significantly reduced.